So what's going on, guys? I hope you're doing well. Today marks the release of the first issue of the second series of the Call of Duty Zombies comic, and is our first chance at meeting the brand new cast of characters from this year's Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies offering in a prequel series. I covered a preview of this comic 2 weeks ago in an interactive comic book style format, and you guys loved it, so we're going to read this entire first issue as an interactive comic book experience, complete with sound effects, voice acting, the works. So if you do enjoy this, I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments section. If you enjoyed my terrible voice acting, then maybe consider dropping a thumbs up as well. Just before we start, late last night I uploaded a 30-minute video discussing and breaking down tons of details about Blackout's gameplay. It's one of the most in-depth Blackout videos you're going to see, so if you missed out, I have that link down below in the description or as an interactive card for you to click at any time. Jumping straight into comic issue 1, we are in a set of fields in Hampshire, England in March 1912. Just like with comic issue 1 of series 1, it started with Richtofen, and this starts with Scarlet. When I was a child, my father's fantastical tales of history and adventure meant the world to me. They offered me a glimpse of ancient cultures filled with mystery and magic. But I grew up, and I realized that these were my father's, Alistair's worlds, and his alone, never mine. I believed them to be simple fantasies of a deluded man. It would appear that I was mistaken. I may not have understood my father or his stories at all. I am willing to grudgingly accept that my father's stories about maniacs in robes was correct. And also notice she's hidden behind this tree away from these robed men that we have seen before in the 9 trailer, but she's holding a weird pendant which we've not seen before, and we don't get any context for it either. But right now, I can only pray that everything else was not. And oh my gosh, just look at this illustration. We're seeing all 4 of our characters here in their environments and situations where obviously her father came to the rescue, and it's all collided together with this artifact that we see our characters collect inside of the Voyage of Despair cutscene. They've all been affected in some way with this artifact or with an artifact relating to it, and we're now starting to understand how exactly all of these characters are connected. And this final shot is pretty cool as well, as we actually see zombies on the Titanic. That's the start of Voyage of Despair. Now let's jump back in time a few years. Morocco, September 1910. She was mine, you bastard! Is it my fault you couldn't keep her? That will be enough, I think. You will learn, as you get older, that there are always other women. That is, if you get older. Understood? Yes, sir! Very good. Now, get to work. Bruno looks over and sees someone in the distance. I feel perhaps that you are a bit old to join the Legion. Not want Legion join, I speak English. Certainly better than you speak French. In my defense, I've never had call to speak it, only to read it. Do you have time to talk, Commander Delacroix? Time is not something ever in short supply here. Now we see Alistair Rhodes and Bruno sharing a drink at a table. Contraband, of course. I am to dispose of the liquor. Oh, there is certainly one way of doing that. I suppose so. I am sure that you did not come all this way, Mr. Rhodes, or pull all the strings you have, to enjoy the cheapest spirits to be had by the French Foreign Legion. Please, call me Alistair. May I ask you a question, Mr. Delacroix? If you are Alistair, then I am certainly Bruno. Why did you join the Legion? There is no way I'm not going to butcher this, so any French viewers, I really do apologize. In France, we have a saying. Qui craint de souffrir, souffre déjà de ce qu'il craint. He who fears suffering is already suffering that which he fears. And this is a really, really grim scene. All these dead bodies, a crashed vehicle into another one, and a dead child in Bruno's arms. You can clearly see that this is something which has affected him very greatly. I thought perhaps I could escape my suffering, but it only followed. You thought perhaps you could escape your former associates from the Paris underworld? I must confess, Bruno, that I know exactly who you are. I know that the attempted assassination of Michel de Prédoux resulted in the death of his child instead, and I know the gangster you worked for as an enforcer put a bounty on your head, and so you ended up here. What is it that you want from me, Mr. Rhodes? Former associates in Parisian organized crime have come into possession of an object I seek, stolen for what they infamously refer to as a foreign investor, something neither they or their employers can be allowed to have. I want you to assist me in retrieving it. Why should I? Are you here out of guilt, Bruno, or out of fear? Can't help with the former, but if it's the latter, I believe that we can help each other. Constantinople, Turkey in September 1910. Now, for any of you that aren't so up to your knowledge when it comes to geography, Constantinople doesn't exist anymore. It's actually called Istanbul. Why do I know that? Because of this classic song.
Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, now Constantinople, been a long time gone. Constantinople, now it's Turkish delight.
Set it up some clarity, and just because it's a really catchy song, I'm actually going to keep the song going in the background while we start off here, but we have a vehicle driving out of a cave, and there is another vehicle stopped in front of it. We don't have time for this. LeBeau and the buyer are waiting. A trap? As we see, they have to stop because there is a car parked on the road. Can you get us around it? Us? Maybe, but the truck won't be able to follow. Unless you want the package rolling down the hill. Shit. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Sorry. I seem to be having some trouble. Ha, just an old man. Tell them I'm going to take care of it. Coming up from the cave is another vehicle with a driver and two men sat in the back. Trouble. Keep on guard. I don't like this at all. I'm afraid it picked the worst possible location to fail, and I myself was never mechanically inclined. I still prefer horses, but perhaps we can get this started. I don't like this. You said we're supposed to stay back here. I'm not stopping you, but if we do not deliver the package, LeBeau will have our hides. Men in the truck are obviously not patient enough. I think perhaps you have other things to worry about. Head stomped to the ground floor. Brutal. It's a trap. Stop him. Oh, I guess we're starting then. Mr. Delon did. Apologies for this, but needs must. Oh, I'm far too old for this. Although perhaps there is no right age for this. You're not taking the package. All you're getting is bullets. Enough of that. Jesus Christ, Bruno flips the entire vehicle over a cliff, crunching to the ground, but the package is still recovered. We see Bruno approach this person. Hello, Simone. I would suggest that perhaps we do this the easy way. And just like that, hands the box over to him. Merci. Alistair and Bruno get back into their car. I certainly hope that whatever it is we stole from them is worth this effort, Alistair. Because I believe my former associates are coming. How many, would you say? At a guess, I would say all of them. He is smart, this one. He is shooting to disable the car, not to kill us. Yes, well, it's working. I don't suppose you can do anything about him, could you? Oui. Bam! Drop kicks the guy to the face, and he falls straight to the ground. After they've dealt with all of those baddies, it seems that their car has broken down as the engine is starting to smoke and the sun is starting to set. Defensible positions go. This is not terrible, Alistair, but still, do not believe that this is why you have brought us here. There's nothing here but dirt and perhaps death, my friend. Oh, I'm afraid it is not. I'm seeking something that can change the world. A repository of knowledge that has been lost for ages, and I believe clues to its location lie here. Perhaps you need to look upon it in a new light, courtesy of the scepter of Ra. I needed it to reveal this place's secrets to me, although that is perhaps a rather mundane use of its powers. How wonderful, risking both life and limb for a lamp. Perfect. Scepter is a source of illumination, my friend, but not merely the physical kind. These symbols are a map to the greatest treasure the world has ever known, a treasure that will allow me to work miracles. The scepter itself is just the smallest part of it. And indeed, all of this is worthwhile, as I now know where to go next. Angor what? Miracle, however small, would not go unappreciated. Now this is really cool. We're getting backstory on before we go into a game, and this is probably the best looking one as well. The Scepter of Ra. We're finally learning its backstories. Back to Bruno. Because I believe they have arrived. And you were certain it was Delacruz stole from us? Yes, Mr. LeBeau. He recognized me and, well, there's no mistaking Bruno for anyone else. Excellent. I thought perhaps I'd missed my opportunity to see the monster of Paris dead, but life is full of happy chances, isn't it? Oh, our buyers are coming. I want that scepter and 2 corpses ready for them when they get here. Oh boy, you can see a lot of his men going into this cave with shotguns at the ready. This is gonna be messy. Oh, it's a freaking labyrinth. These are worse things than minotaurs in here, my friend. It is me. I don't like this. We shouldn't be separated like this. You know who he is? How many people have died at his hands? There's no other way there. That was our own man we shot. Oh, no. Farce. Oh, goodness me. Bruno, can you chill with the destruction, my dude? They literally decapitated those 2 men right there with a huge boulder. That's really gruesome. I secretly really like it. You should have stayed behind, Simone. Can you hear me, Bruno? Remy. Suspect you can. The acoustics in here are remarkable, yes? And you can clearly see that this place is remarkable in other ways. I do not think they'll have another chance, Bruno, to talk about old times, so I suppose I shouldn't waste it on you. I wanted you to know that it was a child in that carriage. I knew you would never kill him, not intentionally, but doing so would make Depardieu reckless. That did far more damage than killing him. Please don't kill me. I already have, Delon, and I knew that it would move you out of my way, so I arranged for you to do it unintentionally. You would have never understood. Too loyal to our boss. That was always your problem. That, of course, through lack of awareness of the bigger picture. Yeah, that is why I'm in charge and why you are here. Now why don't you step out and say hello, old friend? There is no need for this. I'm sure my employer would prefer the old man to remain alive long enough for them to make some inquiries of him. But you? No! I believe you are no longer needed. This is insane. We have Bruno running into the line of fire to save Alistair's life. He has 5 bullet wounds in him at the moment whilst he's running towards this guy. You know what your problem is? No! You lack commitment. Oh my goodness. Bruno falls to the ground after having 5 bullet wounds and a knife stabbed in his wrist. You were always an asshole, Remy. We can get you out of here. A doctor. Oh, I think my time with doctors has ended. I hope you get your miracle, Alistair. I will get my miracle, my friend. And so will you. There we go. That is the power of the Scepter of Ra. As we knew within Black Ops 4 Zombies, gameplay-wise, it helps to revive teammates. And this is why Bruno owes Alistair Rhodes a huge debt, because he literally resurrected him from death. Bruno was literally about to die, and with the power of the Scepter of Ra, was resurrected back to full health with absolutely no wounds, no hurting, no damage. Mon Dieu! Yes! Yes! Nothing. Not a mark. How? Know another French saying? Qui vivra verra. He who lives shall see. There's more to this world than what we believe we know, my friend. Far more. This is just a parlor trick compared to what I seek. What I will find. In any way and any time that I can help, I will. You can always call on me. Always. Now there's only one survivor from that cave, which is slowly crawling out, and what he sees before him, he exclaims, "No!"
You are fortunate to have survived. This is fortunate for us as well.
Oh boy, we're seeing the evil within Black Ops 4 Zombies. This is the masked man who we know nothing about as of yet. We're finally getting our first glimpses. Please!
Where is the object?
Stolen! Please!
There is nothing left for you to say.
Goodness me, that is the end of him. So we didn't really learn too much about this evil cult, which are going to be the main premise of the villains within Black Ops 4 Zombies, but we know that they also want the artifact for a purpose that we do not know yet. If you're curious if there was a loading screen at the end, well, there isn't, but I really hope you enjoyed this interactive comic book experience. If you want me to continue this format throughout the rest of the comic book issues, then please let me know. It takes a little while to get all of these sounds and the sound effects and music and everything to line up and fit well, but hopefully this is a format which you guys find really entertaining and also very educational, so that you find it the most informative to get the information and story out of each comic. Right now you can check out my previous uploads in case you've missed anything, including some awesome Blackout stuff as well as Black Ops 4 Zombies. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.